Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. Today we're going to do a little bit of an unusual, I think it's unusual mod on the Toyota Tacoma. I'm going to be replacing the shift knob. I'm going to show you how to do that, but I'm not replacing it with a TRD knob or anything like that. This is going to be a good old-fashioned round style knob. I've got something else coming, but this is what I have, so it's kind of an intermediate. But let's go ahead, jump in the truck. I'll show you how to get this off. Now, in doing it, I also have to change the way that the knob marries up with the shift boot, if you will. Right now, this has a collar on it that is not going to work for my new shift knob because this is specific to the Toyota shift knob. So, first of all, gotta pull my seat stuffers out of the way because we do have to remove the center console piece here. First though, let's go ahead, get the parking brake up as far as it'll go, pretty much. I mean, I'm not gonna break it. Now, to get the shift knob off, just go ahead and kind of put your fingers around that collar and push down, just like that. It's that simple. And then just go ahead and twist the knob off. Nothing wrong with this knob. I mean, I do like it, but it's just kind of plain for my plans. This is the little male end, I guess, that goes into the collar down here. By the way, you can get a black piece to go over this. It's just a snap in, which is pretty cool to get rid of the chrome. But that's why I say it's kind of proprietary for Toyota. I don't know any others that work this way. It kind of fits in these grooves, and that's why I can't use it. So now, to pull off the shift area, the template, if you will, or the plate, the trim, whatever you want to call it. Need to get my stuff out of the way. The way this thing comes out, it pulls up, and you kind of pull straight up here on this piece. That's going to release it in the front, and then there are some little tabs in the back, or the front, I guess, up here that you need to pull up on as well. Just those typical little prongs that hold it in. Now, one note of caution. Over here on the side, there is a connector you have to disconnect. So you don't want to grab this thing and just pull it all the way off. Or you could damage the wiring, so we'll have to take care of that too. And you may need to grab something to kind of pry in between on the inside here. I'm going to see. Oh, I guess not. Again, you don't want to pull too quick. Now, let's do the front part. There's an old wire tie in there. Don't really need that anymore. Let's go ahead and pull the front part up. There you go, and you should see some wiring down here. Let's see. Yeah, see that white wire? That's what you just have to disconnect. All right, just to show you that, that's your typical push and pull. Here's the little area you push in, and then it just pulls out. That's it. Now, you want to lift up, and you got to pull the boot over the power or the brake there. So I'll do that. It just pulls straight up, not too difficult. All right, we've got the center console piece over here on the workbench. What I've done is just push through from the top the boot that we're going to be changing, the connector that is. And interestingly, if you look at this thing, this little connection piece is just held on by a zip tie. I love the simplicity of it. Now, what we're replacing this with is one of these. This is kind of like a quick disconnect that will allow it to marry up with the knob that I'm going to put in right up against it. It'll fit snug, look factory, you won't even know. And if you ever want to take it off, you just push down, it kind of clamps on over this nut, but you can push it up and down over that nut, and that allows you to then twist the shift knob off or change it out if you want. So all we have to do is cut that zip tie, and this piece pulls right off. Now, you do want to be careful that you don't cut your fabric. Obviously, that will ruin your day. So take your time. I'm going to try to cut right through the connector here and see if I can't just pull it off that way, because this is, of course, very tight. If I jam anything in there, I risk damaging the material, and I certainly don't want to do that. So just kind of gonna go in right like the top of this connector and see if I can't destroy it enough that it just, like that, pulls right off. So there you go. Well, that's all that holds that piece on. Now, should be able to pull this through. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. I'm guessing it's going to go from the bottom through the top, but we shall see. Nope, comes out right through the bottom, just like that. So that's it. That takes the piece out. If you ever wanted to put it back in, you certainly could. You just stick it right back in there. And it has a lip here that the zip tie grabs around, and that's it. Now, the other one, this is two-sided. There's a flat side and a pointy, if you will, side. The pointy side goes down, because that's what's going to protrude through the top. So you want to sandwich the material, just like the other one, right around the edge of, oops, don't want to drop it through, right around the edge of this one, and then zip tie it in there. So I'm going to do that, and then we're pretty much done with this part. I can put it back in the truck. Okay, we've got it up and pulled through. The only thing with doing it this way is this is a bit narrower, obviously, than this. So you get a little bit of extra material here. With the knob I'm going to put on and where this is located, I'm never going to see it. So I don't think it's a big deal. If I was really concerned about it, I could distribute it evenly around here and maybe get rid of a lot of that, who knows. But anyway, that's it, it's in. So now we need to go ahead and put this back inside the truck, the whole piece. To make this work, there's a couple things you need, three things actually. The little snap part that comes with this piece in the kit. A thread adapter, because this piece I believe is an M12 by 1.25 or M12 by 1.75, so it's too big. It just slips over. It has to screw in and tighten on your shift rod here. So we're going to go ahead and put on the thread adapter, screw that on, and I don't want to tighten it yet. And then we're going to go ahead and screw on this piece, which should go, I always forget which way it goes. It actually needs to go on before, I think. No, I think it can go this way actually. So you want to go ahead and screw that piece on. Okay, got it all done. Again, it may not be temporary. I'll have to see how I like it. But this is what I've done. And I know it's not a manual transmission. I'm not trying to make it look like a manual transmission. I'm trying to just go with something that I like. And I happen to have this shift knob, so I thought, what the heck? So what I did end up leaving it like it was with the pull down connector here. And then I used another one of those threaded inserts, and I actually cut down a little rod that I had, an adapter, about that much off of it, so that I could screw the ball onto that and get it down to the height that I wanted, because before it was probably about right here. So I took about 3/4 of an inch or so off. The only thing about this, unfortunately, it is a little tight right here. Now, it is leather, I think, or pleather, or vinyl with, I don't know what it is. But I'm assuming after a little bit of time and heat, which we have a ton of here, it'll stretch a little bit. There is some play in it. It's taut, but it's not so tight that you could play the drums on it. But that is my concern. Otherwise, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's a pretty simple mod. I mean, it's not complicated. You just have to fit the pieces together to get it to work in here. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you dig my orange shift knob, or nah, it's no good? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Mod Driven, all about the Honda Civic, and RobMotive JT, all about the Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? And while you're at it, smash the subscribe button here too. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.